SWX local sports presentation. The Gonzaga Bulldogs take on the St. Mary's Gales. Gonzaga basketball starts right now.
Inside the McCarthy Athletic Center on the campus of Gonzaga University, we've got college basketball for you on SWX as the 17th ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs play host to the St. Mary's Gales in a West Coast Conference rivalry battle. The Zags riding an 11-game win streak into this contest with the Gales. Hi everybody, joined by the former Zag, Stephanie Hoff-Freeman. I'm Austin Getz, joining you on the broadcast today. Stephanie, you talk about these two teams and you talk about bigs. Gonzaga, of course, has a great pair in Yvonne Egypt and Eliza Hollingsworth. Those two, what they have been able to do this season has been really, really impressive.
It really is. They are 2 of 5 players in the WCC, averaging over 10 points and 7 rebounds, and they're the only teammates to do so. Yvonne Egypt, she's putting together a WCC Player of the Year campaign, no doubt. But I think what complements her most is Eliza, because she can shoot that 3 at a high clip at 36%. The bigs guarding her can't double down on Yvonne, and the bigs can't leave Yvonne to go help out on Eliza.
What you're saying is it's going to be a tall task for the St. Mary's Gales, and that task is going to lie in the hands of Allie Bamberger. What a great player she has been for St. Mary's over the years. Back for another season and back to wreak havoc there in the paint. She's a great player. Make no mistake about it. She's going to give Yvonne and Eliza a lot to work with today.
She really is. She's a big presence, and she's going to have a big performance today. Her numbers are a little bit down this year, but she's a first-team WCC player, preseason selection again. Like I said, she is going to have to make herself known tonight if the St. Mary's wants to pull this one off.
Coming up, we'll meet the third member of our broadcast crew, AJ Howell, and we'll get you starting lineups tip-off right around the corner here inside the kennel. Zags and Gales, it's coming up next.
Chris came to TurboTax because
I switched gears from delivering part-time to streaming full-time.
So I made their moves count, filing with 100% accuracy and guaranteeing their maximum refund. Intuit TurboTax.
Pure Leaf is crafted in a variety of flavors that'll make you say, ah. Enjoy juicy peach, zesty lemon, or ripe raspberry without any artificial flavors. Pure Leaf iced tea, real variety, real brewed.
Doug. Customize and save with Liberty Bibbity. Liberty Booshima. Lipcherty Blibbitu.
Mark that one, that was nice.
I think you're supposed to stand over there.
Oh, am I? Thank you.
So a couple more, but we'll go quick. Libru Smeeboo. Libru Breeboo. Limu Beeboo. And me.
He's an emu!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
What's up, everybody? I'm Deontay. A little thing I love about Chick-fil-A Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is the flavor it provides. It's seasoned to perfection. It's juicy every time. The pepper jack, it melts on top, and it gives it that little kick. Along with the zest from the chicken, it's memorable when you bite into it. Just thinking about how it's stacked up, that's what I look forward to every time. This Spicy Deluxe is fire.
Real customer paid for their testimony.
In the kennel, we are almost ready for tip-off between the 17th ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs and the St. Mary's Gales. So let's meet the starting lineups, which are brought to you by Numerica Credit Union. Numerica Credit Union, money answers for people who know Gonzaga does in fact exist. Plus, show your Bulldog pride with your Zags debit card, offered only at Numerica, federally insured by NCUA. First for the visiting Gales, Taylor Dalton, Hannah Rapp, Addison Whedon, and Zariah Akuso, the guards, surrounded by Allie Bamberger at center. For the Zags, the typical starting lineup, KAYLYNNE and KAYLYNNE TRUONG, Brenna Maxwell, Eliza Hollingsworth, and Yvonne Egypt. And it's been a big week for KAYLYNNE TRUONG. For more on that, we'll send it to the third member of our broadcast crew, AJ Howell. AJ.
Yeah, Austin, the TRUONG twins have been here for a while, but KAYLYNNE TRUONG specifically now moves into the top spot with the most games played at Gonzaga at 144. Now, that's obviously impressive, but of course she had to cap it off the 144th one with her first double-double. Head coach Lisa Fortier says, you know, she plays a specific role in this team, and it's different from the one last year, but it's the role that they need. They trust her. The team feels calm when she's out there, as does Lisa, even though she says she may not always look like it. KAYLYNNE just fits in so many different categories that she's dominant in, but ultimately, Lisa just likes her as a person. Austin?
AJ, thank you very much. Stephanie, you talk about KAYLYNNE TRUONG. She was the player of the year in the conference last year. This year, both her points per game and her shot attempts per game are down while she's raised her assists per game. So you want to talk about somebody who's sacrificing personal achievements for team success. I mean, number 14.
Yeah, just an unselfish player, really sets up her teammates really well, obviously, and just filling that role. You know, last year, KAYLYNNE was out. They needed more of a scorer to fill in those points that were lost there, but this year, she's distributing and finding her teammates.
And make no mistake, she'll still score too, good for 10 points per game. We are ready for tip-off here in the kennel. Thanks for joining us on SWX as we get this one started. St. Mary's in their visiting blues, Gonzaga in their home whites, and it is the Zags who win the tip.
And this is something we weren't sure that we would see, but Allie Bamberger in the starting lineup, there was a few games there where she did not start for the Gales.
Great feed inside from Brenna Maxwell to Eliza Hollingsworth for the game's first points. Zags off and running early, taking the early lead. There you see Zariah Okuso, as here we have a ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Gales. Okuso, the leading freshman scorer in the conference, 10 points per game, coming off career-high 19 points just 2 games ago.
Yeah, a great performance there, 19 points versus San Diego. She has 3 WCC Freshman of the Week performances already.
Bamberger tries a 3, misses everything. This will be Gonzaga basketball. Bamberger doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but has taken 40 on the year. It's been a tough road for her in that department, shooting just 33%. And you talk about St. Mary's as an offense, they've really struggled to put points up on the board, averaging just 60 points per game, Steph. And I wonder when you have a team, as here we see Maxwell 3 on the way, no good, but a high offensive rebound by Hollingsworth, kicks it right back out. KAYLYNNE TRUONG creates space, 3 on the way, that one's no good either. KAYLYNNE tips it straight up. The Gales come away with it. Back to my point. When you have a team that doesn't put up a lot of points, they do play good defense, but you're going up against a team that is so offensively excellent like the Zags are. What's kind of the game plan? Do you really just try and grind the game down to a halt, or you try and score with them?
I think you do. No, I think at this point, St. Mary's does a pretty good job with getting some steals, and they mix up their defenses. Will play mostly zone, but I think they've got to make this a physical, very active defensive game.
Other way, here come the Zags. Maxwell, mid-range jumper, pure. 4-0 lead for the Zags, about a minute and a half into the game. You see Okuso bring it up the floor, guarded by TRUONG. A little Texas on Texas matchup there. Okuso from Amarillo. The TRUONG twins, of course, from Houston. Skip pass into the corner, 3 on the way from Whedon. Addison Whedon not able to hit her first attempt. Zags looking to start the game on the run. KAYLYNNE TRUONG into Yvonne Egypt, her first touch inside the arc. Hollingsworth, corner 3, rattles out, can't quite get it to go. Rebound grab by the Gales, they'll bring it up the floor.
Yeah, and this is the Gales team will mix up their zones. They'll see like a 2-3, 1-2-2. They'll do a little bit of full court stuff, but it's going to be about 3/4 of the game zone.
Okuso has her shot denied by Egypt. Zags come the other way. Pass into Yvonne, lays it up, lays it in, 6-0.
It is so fun to watch Ejim run the floor. It's like she almost sneaks behind the defenders, and she just sneaks by them really quickly, and they don't see her. And then when you've got point guards like TRUONG that can just put it on a dime for you.
KAYLYNNE just lofted that one with so much touch over the defense. Meanwhile, Gales are able to get on the board. For St. Mary's, this is their first game of the week, but it wasn't supposed to be that way. They were supposed to play in Portland on Thursday, couldn't get into the airport with all the ice, and instead will play just one game this week. They'll reschedule that game with Portland for Monday. Ejim at the elbow. Jumper on the way, that's good. Ron Ejim showing off the jumper that time. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The Zags have got out to an 8-2 lead as they ride that 11-game win streak. Pass inside over everybody, but we'll have a foul. This is going to go against KAYLYNNE TRUONG guarding Alcuso. Here you get a look at the bucket a minute ago from Yvonne Ejim.
So when you're working those zones, the high post is critical, and so is that short corner, and Gonzaga's been doing a nice job of getting the ball, moving the ball around, and finding those soft spots in the zone, and that was just easy. Easy look for Ejim.
KAYLYNNE TRUONG picks up the foul. She'll head to the bench. Callie Stokes in for the first time. Baseline inbound for the Gales. We'll just get this one into Taylor Dalton. Dalton drives. Stokes denies her, kicks it back out. Bamberger swings it. That's Maya Jones who's in off the bench for the Gales, and now this one will be tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Mary's with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Mount Hyben's also on the floor. They'll send Hollingsworth to the bench. Gales inbounding right in front of the Gonzaga bench. They get it in. Now Kuso looks at the shot clock, trying to create space. Will drive, gets it off just in time, and buries it. Soraya Alcuso on the board.
Great composure by the freshman and recognizing the clock time. They didn't panic when the Gonzaga defense came out at her and got herself a really nice baseline shot.
10 points per game for the freshman. Ejim has it poked out of her hands, and Maya Jones grabs it. St. Mary's, here's Jones. Now Dalton at the free throw line, and they'll get her for a travel here. Excuse me, 3 in the key. She'll turn over regardless. It'll be Gonzaga basketball. Seems like early on St. Mary's has kind of absorbed the early Gonzaga offense as just Ejim just bullying her way to the basket there. Von Ejim off to another good start.
Yeah, but I think Gonzaga is getting too easy of looks right now. You can't continue to give them those because it's just going to get easier for them as they go throughout the game.
Absolutely, a team that prides themselves on defense. St. Mary's holds their opponents to just 41% from the floor. Zags shooting above that here at the start. Alcuso with Stokes guarding, drives, goes up and under. Great defense by Callie, and she comes away with the rebound. Other way, TRUONG, Ejim. And they'll get Yvonne for traveling here. Take a break and come back. An early 10-4 lead for Gonzaga. You're watching West Coast Conference rivalry action. Zags and Gales here on SWX.
Live sports.
Okay, get this right, and you get my free ticket to tonight's game.
Right.
Who is my all-time favorite receiver?
Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes, Larry Fitzgerald.
Hey, I heard you got an extra ticket to the game tonight. I would love to go.
Yeah, sure. It's all yours, Larry.
Thanks, Billy. I'll meet you out front.
What?
Yeah, okay, it's Bob, but okay. Yeah.
He doesn't know your name, dude.
I guess I'm Bill now.
With Vivid Seats, when you buy 10 tickets, you can get your 11th free.
Isn't it absolutely bonkers that you can walk into a store, hand someone a piece of plastic, and they will willingly hand over Reese's cups? Forget flying cars. This is it. We're at the pinnacle.
Remember in school when you learn complicated math stuff like sine and cosine, and you think, will I ever use this in real life? Well, the answer is no. But a kettle
jacket to get the 4th to get our best deal.
I still have
3 of them coming from
Tea leaves without any artificial flavors. Nothing that doesn't make our tea better. Pure Leaf Iced Tea.
made baskets. 3 of them coming from KAYLYNNE TRUONG. Going to AJ now. Back to the action here. Gales will bring it up the floor, trailing 10-4. About 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Glad you're with us here on SWX. There's Bamberger with it, and now Alcuso. Feed inside. Mount Hybens skies up, tips it around, and the Zags come away with it. Good help side defense there from Hybens.
Yeah, the Zags have just been rocking the Scouts. They've really been locking in on the key players of their opponents, and they just make the game so difficult for them. You can see that all eyes are watching Bamberger, especially down low.
KAYLYNNE Trong tripped to the floor. This will be a foul going against Taylor Dalton. Excuse me, actually, Maya Jones picks up that foul. Hybens. I don't know how she held on to that ball, but she did. Moving it around the arc. This one's tipped. Good recovery there by the Gales. 6 on the shot clock. KAYLYNNE Trong steps into a 3. Can't get it to go. So the Gales survive after leaving Trong open. Don't want to do that. Now a skip pass over Alcuso. She'll drive. Mid-range jumper. Off the iron. Hybens the rebound. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Here's Stokes. KAYLYNNE, now to KAYLYNNE. 15 on the shot clock here. Stokes tries to drive, turned away. Now here's Hybens. 5 on the shot clock. Hollingsworth. KAYLYNNE Trong. What a feed to Mount Hybens, who lays it in. KAYLYNNE Trong putting on a passing clinic, her 4th assist.
If you are a teammate of KAYLYNNE Trong, you better have your hands up at all time, because if you were even slightly remotely open, she is going to find you.
Remember, as here's Callie Stokes tipping it away, the steal. Stokes the run out, the layup is good. And timeout taken by Jeff Kamen. Gonzaga out and running early, a 10-point lead. And it is never too early, folks, to name our play of the game, which is brought to you by Multicare Health System. Get another look at the great feed by KAYLYNNE Trong. Here you go, Mount.
Well, just a nice job of driving through the seam of that zone and making the right read again. And like I said, you better have your hands up because the ball's coming.
Whether you're at home or in the kennel, Multicare's team of doctors, nurses, and specialists partner with you all season long. That is our Multicare play of the game. Another look at it. You can't get enough looks at that. What a pass.
Yeah, and just making it easy for her post. No need from out to dribble. Was able to keep it high and just finish in rhythm.
So Zags on a 6-0 run that's lasted over 2 minutes. They've hit 5 of their last 6 shot attempts. Meanwhile, a scoring drought has reached 3 minutes for the Gales. An early 10-point lead for Gonzaga, who's trying to race out as here's a near steal, and it is a steal. Poked away by KAYLYNNE Trong. Mount Hybens was able to grab the ricochet. Hybens, skip pass to the corner, there's Stokes. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's been all Gonzaga early. Callie Stokes floats this one up high. That'll be a turnover. Alcuso coming the other way. Doesn't have the number. She'll pull it back out. There's Allie Bamberger. Hasn't hit the scoreboard yet. Leia Hannafin with it now. Inside. Hybens guarding Bamberger. Allie drives, tries to create space, goes up, and she'll get the foul. Mount had good defense most of the way, just got a little too aggressive there going for the block.
And you can just see the strength and power by Bamberger there and the ability to put it on the floor as well with some good footwork.
So early on, St. Mary's just shooting 2 of 8 from the field. On the other side, Zags 7 of their first 11. As Allie Bamberger will go to the line. Bamberger is 62% free throw shooter on the year. This is her 40th attempt of the season, and she knocks that one through. Crowd packed in here into the kennel trying to rattle Bamberger's confidence. Esther Little has checked in for the Zags. You'll notice Esther is wearing a mask after being hit in the face a couple games ago. We saw KAYLYNNE Trong have to sport that similar look. Esther's going with the clear mask. KAYLYNNE was kind of like the Dark Knight, you know.
The Dark Knight. That's right. I was saying Zorro. They had a Dark Knight. image out there. But Esther coming in, you gotta love what she does. She provides length defensively and does all the little things for Gonzaga.
You see St. Mary's really trying to jump these passing lanes. Zags being careful with the basketball so far. As we say that, a tie-up, and this will be a possession that goes to the Gales. Two minutes to go here in the first quarter. Just you mentioned it, Esther Little immediately going to work trying to chase down ball handlers. Here's Whedon. Now Hannah Rapp. Hannafin back to Rapp in the corner. Ruby Vlahov with it now, guarded by Hybens. The drive by Rapp. Loses the ball, goes out of bounds. This will be Gonzaga basketball.
And Gonzaga defensively has done a nice job of really deflecting the ball. They've had a couple steals, but not a lot of clean offensive possessions for the Gales.
4 turnovers for St. Mary's already. Zag having no real trouble with the soft press by St. Mary's early. Here we get a foul as Brenna Maxwell blew past her defender. That'll go against Hannah Rapp, her first personal. Von Egen back on the floor. Scoring those 6 points early. They go right to Ejim at the elbow. Kicks it out. KAYLYNNE Truong swings it over. Esther Little. Ejim, what a feed inside, and Hollingsworth can't quite get it to go. And then a travel, though, after pulling down the rebound. Ruby Vlahov kind of stutter-stepped a little bit. They'll get the turnover, so the Zags will get the ball under the basket.
And this is where you just see plays of players who have played together for so long. All these fifth years or grads, seniors, they've played so many games together, so they know where each other's going to be.
Brenna Maxwell can't quite hit the 3, but she'll get 3 free throws out of it. She turned back to the bench and had a frustrated look on her face because she wanted the 4-point play. We've seen her do that quite often, so not surprising at all that she thought she should have got that one to go.
Yeah, she's one of those sneaky little shooters that knows how to get that extra whistle called when she's shooting that 3-point.
Knocks down the first free throw. About a minute to go here in the first quarter. Second one good from Maxwell. It's kind of been stop and start for the Zags so far. They've absolutely controlled the game, no question about that, but they've gone on a run. St. Mary's has done a good job to stop the offense, but haven't been able to turn it into offense themselves, as now all of a sudden find themselves down 11. Meanwhile, a 3-for-3 trip from Brenna Maxwell makes her 40 of 42 from the charity stripe this season. Remember, last season she set the Gonzaga program record at the free throw line, 93%.
She's just a pure shooter. I mean, you look at her 3-point shot, pure shooter. Free throw shot, pure shooter. She's got that mid-range jump shot, pure shooter.
3 on the way. That one's good from Addison Whedon. Von Egen wasn't quite able to get out to the corner in time.
And she's one that you don't want to get loose. She's one that can really knock down the threes, Whedon. She's shooting 44% behind the 3-point line in conference play so far. Her sister, Tacey Whedon, last year was a phenomenal 3-point shooter, so she's got some of that going for herself too.
KAYLYNNE Truong not able to hit the answer 3. 15 seconds left in the quarter here. St. Mary's trying to close with a couple of baskets. Skip pass, Whedon right in front of the Gonzaga bench. 6 seconds left. That's Alcuso with it. Soraya Alcuso pulls up to beat the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Rebound by the Zags, and that will close out the first quarter. 17-9, the Bulldogs go out to a 8-point lead after 10 minutes of play. We'll take a break and come back with the second quarter. You're watching college basketball, West Coast Conference action right here on SWX.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory supplements, then forgot to cancel.
Yeah, well, you know, recognizing a bad deal is a part of the journey. Yes, Eva, would you like to share your breakthrough?
I got AT&T's best deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S.
Bear, design
And with smooth tear edges, new Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy perforations that tear so much better for a smooth, more enjoyable go.
Mom, you okay in there?
I'm terrific. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Isn't it absolutely bonkers?
What's in your wallet?
Our generation isn't turning away from the world.
They got to prepare for just us all week, but Mary's has a little bit of extra rest heading into it. Seeing that St. Mary's has a little bit of extra rest heading into it. Coach Fortier was pretty frank with us. She said, listen, if I'm in a bad mood, then I'm upset that they got to prepare for just us all week. But if not, you just know you can't control everything, and you'll let it happen. Austin?
AJ, thank you. Coach Fortier also going to be locked in during the game no matter what. Got to feel, Steph, that she's pretty happy after that first quarter. More things went right than wrong for Gonzaga.
I would say so. Very few miscues for Gonzaga. And, you know, at this point, with a veteran squad like this, really if you focus on yourself and do what you do well, you're going to be all right. And so that's just a luxury of having all those those veteran players out there.
KAYLYNNE Truong opens up the quarter with a 3. Bree Sallenbein also on the floor to start this quarter for the Zags. We'll tell you more about her here in a minute. Ooh, Alcuso, nice move to get open. Can't hit the shot though. Rebound pulled down by Truong. KAYLYNNE trying to go end to end. Now here's Ejim, and they're gonna get Yvonne again for the travel. Yvonne had no argument on the first one. That time a little confused there.
Coach Fortier asking for an explanation as well.
To put it nicely. So look into the first quarter stats. Zags held St. Mary's to just 3 of 10 shooting from the field. Obviously some looks that the Gales weren't able to hit, but it's just been smothering defense so far, as we're seeing right now. Right on cue, Addison Whedon hits a 3.
And that's a couple now where Gonzaga's lost track of her, and she was able to get a good, clean look.
Sallenbein is past tip, but Truong able to chase it down, and now here's a pass that goes out of bounds. Britta Maxwell was trying to cut up towards the ball. Truong kind of floated it towards the corner. So turnover there. Still just an 8-point lead for Gonzaga. St. Mary's nowhere near out of this ball game yet. Put together a couple baskets. They can be right back in this thing in a hurry. Now Cuso looking for somebody. Bree Sallenbein with great defense, but a great cut by Whedon. She lays it in.
And I'm going to give credit again to Okuso for keeping her composure with all that high pressure on her, and then her teammates moving so that she could find them.
8 points for Addison Whedon so far. Great bounce pass, Eliza Hollingsworth, and Ejim able to bounce it off the rim and in.
And that was tough for Ejim. She was underneath the basket there. That's a tough angle to get that one to fall.
Just a great find by Hollingsworth. Nice little wraparound bounce pass there. Ejim guarding closely. That was Leia Hannafin who had it. Now it's Bamberger. Hannafin gets it back. That's Taylor Dalton trying to drive on Maxwell. Dalton picks up her dribble, and they'll get her for an offensive foul. Britta Maxwell went straight up, and Dalton, her only move was to essentially push off.
Yeah, Dalton's really crafty around the rim. She does like that little up and under, and so nice job by Maxwell to stay on her feet and not bite.
Yeah, you'll get a look at it here.
Right here, she stays on the ground. Yep.
The hook of the arm. Now Allie Bamberger ties up Bree Sallenbein. And we'll get a jump ball. That'll be St. Mary's ball. Crowd wanted a foul there. You talk about Bree Sallenbein. Go back to her freshman season. After the regular season was over, she had a knee injury before the West Coast Conference tournament started. And with all the rehab and redshirting, They went 51 games between times she was out on the floor. She made her debut earlier this season against New Mexico. It is just so good, Steph, to see her back on the floor, knowing all that she went through.
Well, and it just provides more depth for the Zags, right? She's a tall guard. She can run the point, 6'2", and she's a good shooter. So while Esther Little comes off the bench and provides that defensive spurt, Bree can provide that offensive spurt.
KAYLYNNE TRUONG hits her second 3 of the quarter. Zags have pushed it back out to 11.
And let's just talk about KAYLYNNE TRUONG here for a little bit. She's got 6 points and 4 assists already. She averages about 6 assists, a little over 6 assists a game. She is responsible for so many points for this Gonzaga team. It's incredible.
As you get a look at the passing, Ejim had the seal, but then the kick and the extra pass there by Salmbine to get TRUONG the open look.
So you just gotta love the fact that not only is she looking, she's not just a distributor, she's still looking for her shot as well. And sometimes you have scoring point guards, sometimes you have distributors, but she's doing both.
Bamberger goes back to the line, able to hit the first, cut it back down to a 10-point game. Bamberger still has not hit a field goal in this game. But now 3 of 3 as she lines up her second of 2 free throws, not able to get that one to go. If you go back to the last time the Zags and Gales played, it was here last season. And the Zags were really keying on Bamberger in that game, held her to just 13 points. As here we'll get a foul. KAYLYNNE TRUONG trying to pull by her defender, was stopped.
And it's not just the Gales, it's every opponent. The Zags hone in, they've got the scout, they know what they want to give and what they want to take away.
TRUONG into Ejim, kick it out, heat check. No good that time. Bree Salmbine skies for the rebound, kicks it back out. Second opportunity, no good there either, and then an offensive foul inside on the Zags. I believe they got Von Ejim there. First personal on Ejim. Callie Stokes, Mount Hybens return to the floor. Salmbine and Ejim head to the bench. Zags still shooting well from the field, 56% for the game. They are just 2 of 9 from 3. That is something we saw in their last game, a win. They were just 4 of 14 from distance. And I just wonder, as here we see a turnover, this will be Zags basketball. I just wonder, with a team that normally shoots well from 3, you could probably shake off one tough game shooting. I wonder if the struggles persist through 2 games, maybe 3 games, when maybe, not doubt, but just some thoughts of, hey, we're shooting it kind of poorly from 3 creep in.
I don't think that it is. I think what you do is you reassess and you look to establish that low presence a little bit more and maybe some ball movement. And this is, again, a veteran team. They've got the green light to shoot, and they know what are good shots. So I think you just continue to take good shots. If it's an open look, you take it.
Down by 10, St. Mary's with the ball here. Now we got a foul. This will go against Hybens. Second on Mount. And she'll go to the bench as Brenna Maxwell returns to the floor.
And this is where you like the versatility of the Gonzaga team as well. So Mount goes out, Eliza's your biggest in there at 6'3", and then Callie Stokes, who had been playing a wing, now shifts down to the smaller forward position.
And one thing you gotta love about Callie Stokes, I know Lisa Fourier loves about it, is that she rebounds. Behind Ejim and Hollingsworth, Stokes actually has the 3rd most rebounds per game on this Zags roster. And here's a shot clock violation. That's another turnover. Take a break. Zags doing it on defense. They lead by 10, 25-15 here in the kennel. Have more coming up here on SWX.
Live sports.
Neutral.
I'm also getting notes of lead.
We've been living it since day one. Glorious, beautiful,
better. This is just spectacular. The stars have never been brighter. That's our move. Women's College Hoops on ESPN and ABC.
Before the assist, right? It's the ball movement, making the defense switch and rotate around.
On the other side, 10 turnovers for St. Mary's. It's been kind of a sloppy game in that regard on both ends, as Gonzaga also has 8, but Gale's doing themselves no favors turning the ball over. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Zags lead by 10. Austin Getz, Stephanie Hawk-Freeman, AJ Howell joining you on the SWX broadcast. Tight defense there. KAYLYNNE Truong gets it over to KAYLYNNE. Those two go back and forth. Pull up 3 by KAYLYNNE. Can't get it to go. Callie Stokes tipped it. It goes out of bounds. It'll be St. Mary's basketball.
And really, if you're Gonzaga right now, you know anytime you catch the ball, pressure's coming. Not just from one, Gale. It's coming from multiple. So you've got to be ready. You got to know where you're going next. You've got to have teammates that are moving and cutting and getting open.
It was your key to the game. You got to beat the trap. Here's Addison Whedon. He's had a good start to this game, 8 points. Soraya Altuso with it now. Whedon left alone, lines up a 3, buries it. Addison Whedon already in double figures as she knocks it down. Her third 3 of the game. And now a turnover, almost a turnover, I should say. Soraya Altuso jumped the passing lane, but her momentum carried her out of bounds.
Yeah, Addison Whedon, 3 for 4 on the night, 75%. Again, too deep, sucked in too deep on that offside defense there by Maxwell, and it wasn't able to get out quick enough to challenge that 3.
Keep in mind, earlier this season, Whedon set a new career high with 15 points. She's well in range of that. Here's Brenna Maxwell. Strongs. Maxwell, 3 on the way, good.
Just making up for that last 3 there.
Absolutely, continues her streak. She's hit a 3-pointer in every single game so far this season and pushes the lead back out to 10. Right when St. Mary's, a couple times in this game, they've made some baskets. Gonzaga has been able to answer. We haven't seen a big run like we had earlier in the first quarter that forced the timeout, as here's another turnover. And maybe the start of a run here. Truong, Stokes, Callie drives, puts it off the window. Can't quite get it to go. Bamberger the rebound. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Altuso spins, puts it up, can't get it. And Stokes skies for another board. KAYLYNNE Truong in transition, drives, Truong navigates the paint, and this shot is going to draw a foul as Truong went right in there. No fear in there. Maya Jones picks up her second foul. Maxwell to the bench. Bree Sallenbein returns, and it'll be KAYLYNNE Truong at the free throw line. 77% coming into this game by KAYLYNNE as a hush falls over the kennel. He hits the first. Second is good. You're going to hear that net.
And we've talked about individual free throw shooters on this, but as a team, Gonzaga's shooting 80%. That's 8th in the nation.
It's absurd how good they are.
Incredibly, though, that's only second best in the WCC. They're just right behind Santa Clara at 82%. So, again, you can't. There's very few flaws in this Gonzaga team. Like, you can't foul them and send them to the line because they're going to get the points there as well.
Really well-rounded team. 5 seconds left on the shot clock here. Here's a tip, and KAYLYNNE Truong going. Bamberger's going to have to let it go. Kind of got a running start there. Missed everything. That'll be a shot clock violation. Great defense there by KAYLYNNE Truong. She poked it away and didn't allow Bamberger to set up for that shot. Zags. KAYLYNNE right in front of the bench. Stokes kicks it out. KAYLYNNE splits the double team. KAYLYNNE creates space. Step inside the arc and knocks down the mid-range. KAYLYNNE now with 8 points. Ejim also with 8. And KAYLYNNE with 2. 14-point lead for Gonzaga. It's their biggest of the game so far. Here's Whedon. Dalton with it now. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Hannah Rapp now. Zags playing good defense, and Ejim just denying Bamberger any looks inside. Here's Leia Hannafin, kick to the corner, 3 on the way from Rapp. That one's good. St. Mary's doing just enough from behind the arc to stay in this game.
Yeah, they're shooting really well. 4 for 7 at 57% right now.
What a display of passing there. Callie Stokes had that ball in her hand for less than a second, kicked it back out, and Truong hit the 3. Quickly the other end, Dalton can't get it. Salenbein the rebound. Here come the Zags. 90 seconds remaining in the first half.
And you talk about taking the wind out of the Gales. They get a little momentum. They get an open 3, but you know, the last couple times, Gonzaga's come right back and answered themselves.
A steal from Leia Hannafin leads to a easy basket for Hannah Rapp. For Hannafin, she leads the West Coast Conference in steals per game, more than 2 per contest. That one led to a basket. Cuts the lead back down to 12. Minute to go here in the first half. Ejim. Truong, a 3 on the way. Can't get the friendly roll. Ejim right there to put it back home. Even when they miss, they've got Ejim down there.
Yeah, and it wasn't just Ejim too. There was 2 or 3 Gonzaga players down there crashing the offensive boards.
St. Mary's just trying to cut this lead before the half. Whedon another 3. Buries it again!
Wow.
14 points from Addison Whedon in the first half.
Definitely going to be an adjustment at halftime there to make sure that they're not leaving Whedon, not going as far into the paint on that help side.
10 seconds left, shot clock is off. Ejim at the elbow. Now 5 seconds, kicks it out. Extra pass, KAYLYNNE in the corner. Got it! And that'll end the first half. Another assist for KAYLYNNE, another 3 from KAYLYNNE. And the Zags take a 14-point lead into the break, 40-26 over their rivals from Moraga. As you'll get another look, watch the extra pass here from KAYLYNNE. KAYLYNNE lines it up. That one was good as soon as it left the hand.
Yeah.
14-point lead for Gonzaga here at the end of the first half as we're waiting for head coach Lisa Fortier, and AJ's got her. AJ?
Hey, Austin. Coach, 14-point lead at halftime. Is that where you want to be right now? Are you happy with the performance that you've seen?
Not really. I hate to sound picky, but we're giving up too many threes, and we're not keeping them in front of us on the dribble. So that's how they're getting them, is we're having to help, and then they're kicking out. So I would rather them not have 26 points, and I realize that that's a lot to ask, but I think we just got to do better defensively.
Then offensively, you guys not having the success that you normally do from 3. Do you keep shooting, or you just go with what's been working?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough in the zone. There's a lot of threes, and they're the kind that everybody knows they're going to be in zone the whole time. Everyone thinks that just because a team is in a zone, there's going to be a bunch of open threes. And I think that they're active. It's more like a man-to-man. So, you know, I think we have good shooters. We want to keep shooting them, but we want to make sure we're getting the ball inside first instead of just pass around and then try and shoot a 3. That's a more difficult kind of shot.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Austin?
AJ, thank you very much. Lisa Fortier, always going to be the highest critic of her team, but also the highest supporter. We'll take a break, come back with your halftime coverage. It's a 14-point lead for the Zags over St. Mary's. Got a lot more fun to have here on SWX.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory supplements, then forgot to cancel.
Yeah, well, you know, recognizing a bad deal is a part of the journey. Yes, Eva, would you like to share your breakthrough?
I got AT&T's best deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus and got to choose my plan.
Yes, we don't make you sign up for the top tier plan to get our best deal.
I still haven't gone. I subscribed to get a deal.
Know.
Get the newest Galaxy on us with any of our best plans, guaranteed.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down. They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone.
1-hour delivery. This is fast relief for those who can't take a time out. Walgreens.
We're obsessed with comfort, quality, movement. Socks, tees, underwear. Because your basic things should be your best things. As always, one purchased equals one donated. Visit bombas.com.
Casino for a mouth-watering steak dinner, pampering spa treatment, or the hottest games around. Coeur d'Alene Casino, a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home. And welcome back inside the kennel. Halftime, a 40-26 lead for the Gonzaga Bulldogs over St. Mary's. She's Stephanie Hawk-Freeman. I'm Austin Getz. Steph, a lot to like for Gonzaga, but as head coach Lisa Fortier said, there are some things they need to clean up. Let's start with the positives, though, for Gonzaga. What a performance. What a balanced scoring effort, though, really. Didn't really have one person doing it. It was kind of a few different people throughout the first half.
Yeah, Jim obviously getting herself established really early on, but then KAYLYNNE TRUONG also getting in the mix, but not only just with scoring, her assists as well, but Jim working defensively. Here we go. We've seen this time and time again this season. Jim then breaks out for the layup, and TRUONG finds her. Again, finding that high post in the zone, finding the seams, working that middle area, and then KAYLYNNE TRUONG finding looks, not knocking down quite as well, but Jim's there to clean it up, and then there we go, starts knocking it down for the three.
Yeah, you talk about real balance. 10 points for Jim, she leads the way, and then 8 points each from both TRUONGs and from Brenna Maxwell. On the other side, St. Mary's is really staying in this game thanks to the performance from Addison Whedon. Remember, her career high, her season high as well, is 15 points earlier this season. She's got 14 and was knocking down threes left and right.
Yeah, she really got going, and part of that is from what Coach said at halftime, right? The Gonzaga defense is letting the players get by them, which then makes the help side defense have to shift over, and they're not able to recover in time to pick up Whedon. Whedon really is keeping the Gales within reach in this game. She's been knocking down those threes, doing a nice job.
Yeah, Zags has done a good job on Allie Bamberger. She has just 3 points, but that's not the only person that can hurt you on this Gale offense. All right, we'll take a break and we'll come back. We got more of your halftime show coming up right here on SWX.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory supplements, then forgot to cancel.
And t-shirts are the most requested items in homeless those who need it most.
You can always afford.
Live sports.
No need.
Walden University set a course for
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory.
Wait, that makes you
hospital.
Is always a big key. They always seem to really establish themselves really well in there. But yeah, I guarantee you coming out in the second half, Gonzaga has made the adjustments on Whedon, and I don't think she'll be getting the space that she did in the first half.
If they did, well, you are going to hear from a very frustrated Lisa Fortier. Know that. So ready for the second half here. Looks like the same starting lineups for both sides.
And you know, Austin, going to that too, when we look at these, out of the 15 makes of Gonzaga, you mentioned that 12 of them were assisted. You look at, you've already got Jim, both TRUONGs and Maxwell. Jim's in double digits, but the other 3 are knocking on double digits already. Really, Whedon needs some help from the Gales, and we talked about how Bamberger could be that person. but they've got to get someone else going.
They're just denying her any kind of entry passes. They have made it, and you mentioned the scout, made it their mission. We are not going to let her get the ball in the low post. The only time that I can even recall her touching it had been outside the arc. So here we go, second half underway as the Zags lead by 14 at the break. Kick out, KAYLYNNE Truong looking to start off the second half with a 3, and she does.
So once again, the importance of that high, the free throw line right there, getting it into that middle kind of part of that zone. The defense has to suck in, and then you've got spoilers all around you. I mean, you've got shooters.
There you see the defense on Bamberger. She's in the middle of the paint there. Ooh, nice move. They get it inside to where she has to kick it out. Alcuso, mid-range on the way. No good. Eliza Hollingsworth fights for the rebound and gets it.
And I thought Bamberger, if she would have recognized she had a Truong guarding her, I think she could have kept that ball and actually put it up.
Yvonne Ejim. Truong, another one on the way. Can't get that one to go. Tip straight up. Eliza Hollingsworth, a great rebound. Kicks it over to Truong. Can't get it to go off the front of the rim. Goes out of bounds. This will be St. Mary's basketball. Wasn't able to get the shot to go down, but it's so good to see Hollingsworth fight for those rebounds. She is actually 8th in the West Coast Conference in rebounds per game, but she's 4th in total rebounds. Miscommunication there by the Gonzaga defense, but Hannah Rapp was not able to capitalize. Brenna Maxwell, step back, 3 on the way. Oh, Brenna Maxwell pushes the lead out to 20.
Talk about Brenna Maxwell shooting 43% behind the three-point line. That's 28th in the nation, #1 in the WCC. And what's incredible is that she not only hits the open ones, but she makes the tough ones like that.
Taylor Dalton able to answer for the Gales' first basket of the second half. But Gonzaga has pushed the lead out now, close to 20, was 20 a minute ago.
Yeah, good response by the Gales to handle that pressure, moving off the ball to get that easier look.
And this will be a turnover. KAYLYNNE Truong looked like she might have had a chance to line up that 3, but she was trying to hit Maxwell on the cut. Here's the Maxwell 3 a minute ago.
And just needs no time or hardly any space to get that three-pointer off.
Allie Bamberger able to draw the foul on Eliza Hollingsworth. She'll go to the line again. St. Mary's making more of an effort, I think, in this half so far to get the ball into the paint, whether or not it's a wide open, clear lane, you know, just trying to get something moving. Leah Hannafin back on the floor for the Gales as Bamberger goes to the line for her 3rd trip to the charity stripe in this game. Knocks down the first. There's 2 minutes gone here in the 3rd quarter. Zags started out with a couple of 3s. St. Mary's answered with a basket, and now a trip to the line for Bamberger. She makes it. She's 5 of 6 in the game. See St. Mary's, that defense just lurking, looking for chances to trap Gonzaga ball handlers. Here's Ejim. Maxwell, quick release 3. High off the back iron. Offensive rebound, another one for Hollingsworth, and that'll lead to a foul. You see Eliza just using that 6'3" frame and those long arms. Sometimes if you don't come down with it, you can at least lead to good things happening if you get your hands on it.
Yeah, she's getting herself in the mix there, and then rewarded with her efforts for a three-pointer.
Just another person that, oh yeah, she can shoot it too.
Yeah.
Hannafin looked at a 3, instead gives it off to Alcuso. Pass inside, Dalton reverse layup, can't get it to go, but an offensive rebound allowed by the Zags. Now blowing by Whedon, lays it up and in. A new career high for Addison Whedon, 16 points in the game. Truong to answer. Oh, she rattles it home.
It really has been so difficult for the Gales because, like I said, every time they seem to get like a little break, an easier bucket, or they make a 3, Gonzaga has had a response.
And a timeout taken by Jeff Kamen. 20-point lead just like that for the Zags as they're scorching the nets from 3 here in the second half.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory supplements, then forgot to cancel.
Yeah, well, you know, recognizing a bad deal is a part of the journey. Yes, Eva, would you like to share your breakthrough?
I got AT&T's best deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus and got to choose my plan.
Yes, we don't make you sign up for the top tier plan to get our best deal.
I still haven't gone. I subscribed to get a deal.
We know.
Get the newest Galaxy on us with any of our best plans, guaranteed.
Bravo! For buying a treadmill?
And Mark Few picks up win number 700. There are not many programs around, or I should say schools around the country that have such a good men's and women's program. A lot of that also go back to Kelly Graves, the head coach before Lisa Fortier. Coach Fortier has continued to build on that success. But how interesting is that? The milestone for those coaches coming on the same night.
Yeah, it really is. But talk about what Lisa has done with this program, and you know, she's been named WCC Coach of the Year 4 times. You know, she's got an 80% winning record. I mean, it's incredible. And talk about the atmosphere, being able to keep these fans engaged, and what a place to play.
Yeah, we asked her this morning if she remembered win number 1. She did. It came in this building on November 16, 2015. They overcame a halftime deficit to Dayton to end up beating the Flyers by 10. That was win number 1. 249 later, Lisa in good position to go for 251. Back on offense, the Gales trying to just stay in this game. Allie Bamberger able to get her first field goal of the game as she's able to lay that one up and in.
And it was one of those where she was almost so open that it wasn't a clean make. It kind of sat there for a little bit.
His foul will go against Leia Hannafin. Yvonne Ejim draws it. Mount Hyben's back on the floor for the Zags. Eliza Hollingsworth will get a breather. Fans chanting they want tacos. Zags have hit 9 threes in this game. 10 will get a little Taco Bell action. Here's Addison Whedon. Kicks it to the corner. Taylor Dalton drives. Goes to Bamberger. Kick out. Alcuso for 3. Gets the friendly roll.
And she is a key. That's 5 points. She averages 10. She's the only other player besides Bamberger that averages double points for the Gales. Again, we mentioned this earlier, a 3-time WCC Freshman of the Week. But really having a hard time tonight finding easy buckets.
Yeah, the Zags have done a good job on her. Meanwhile, Yvonne Ejim drives on Allie Bamberger and forces her to foul. Just her first. And it'll put Yvonne Ejim on the line, as that is the foul that'll send her to the free throw line. St. Mary's has cut it down to 15. Zags looking to stretch that a little bit. And it was strange because you heard kind of the tone of Lisa Fortier and how St. Mary's kind of closed the half. It didn't feel like a 14-point lead, but bing, bang, boom, all of a sudden they push it out to 20.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a team that wants to make a deep run in March, and so they're looking at every little thing. And to be a championship team that goes deep in March, you have to remain focused for the full 40 minutes. And I think she thought that they lapsed in a couple of those areas. And so taking her team into halftime and say, hey, let's refocus. Let's work on these few things.
For more on that, we'll send it over to AJ Howell. AJ.
Yeah, guys, when head coach Lisa Fortier was talking about her 250th win, or just, I guess, most of those 250, she was saying, you know, this team wants to win them all. They just want to get better, and they don't really look at the opponents as anything different. She talked about facing several #1 teams when they did, and they may not have gotten the win, but what they learned from that and just how they approach every game the same as they head towards March.
Take a break and come back. Zags up 15 here in the third quarter at the Kennel.
Live sports. In between, phenomenal stuff.
Feels like like they are in the mood. And have cut the lead down to 15.
On ESPN Plus.
Over yet though, Stephanie Hawk-Freeman, as the Gales have made their last 4 field goals, and have cut the lead down to 15. Still comfortable margin for Gonzaga, but you want to see more from them, and they want to pull away. And it kind of feels like they are in the mood to win and win big all throughout the conference. Of course, everything's going to help with that resume come March and the seating committee and all that. And so, not surprising to see the Zags not pleased with the 15-point lead. They want more.
Well, yeah, and you look at the response in the third. The Gales, you know, they're just a point behind in Gonzaga in scoring in this quarter, and they're shooting at 60. If you round up, 63%.
Now Kuso will get called for the offensive foul. Brenna Maxwell once again putting her body on the line and getting run over there. And it leads to a turnover.
Maxwell is really great at reading that. She, time and time again this season, we have seen her take a charge right there in that arc area. And she gets her feet set and she reads it perfectly.
Callie Stokes back in the game for the Zags. Here's Von Ejim. Ejim drives, dumps it off. Hybens rips it away, and they will get 3 in the key on Hybens before she was able to get that shot up. That's the second 3 in the key call we've seen. One went against the Gales, one's gone against Gonzaga, and now we have a foul at center court. Brenna Maxwell not happy. They called the foul on Callie Stokes, but it was Maxwell who had the disappointed reaction. Just the first on Callie. Pass inside and a turnover. So Zags will get it back.
I don't think Maxwell's the only one. Ejim showing a little bit of emotion out there. Most of the time, pretty cool, calm, collected. You don't see a lot out of her. And she's getting a little vocal about it too.
Zags looking to capitalize. KAYLYNNE Trong looking to start the action. Here's Mount Hybens. Hybens picks up her dribble. Back to Trong. Inside to Ejim. Ejim guarded by Whedon. Drives, she'll get fouled. So before the pass to Mount Hybens, so Von Ejim. As you can see her coaching up her teammates there. That's the second foul on Whedon. Keep that in mind, as she's kind of, I don't want to say single-handedly, but really played a major role in keeping this game close enough to where St. Mary's is able to keep the belief, Steph, of knowing, hey, a couple more baskets, maybe a 6-7-0 run, we could be right back in this.
Yeah, she's had a great game so far. 16 points, 6 of 7 shooting. The next highest scorer for the Gales is Bamberger with 7 points.
Von Ejim hits her first free throw. She was 2 for 2 on her first trip and 2 for 2 on this one. Came into the game as an 81% free throw shooter. When she came to Gonzaga, she was not a great free throw shooter. Just another area, I should say, where you really work, you really put the work into it, and you know that can be an extra, you know, jumping your free throw percentage that much. That can be an extra 2, 3, 4 points per game.
Well, yeah, and you look at that's why she's averaging over 20.5 points a game. Again, 18th in the nation, right there. You talk about being effective. You know, she's made 168 shots on the season. That's only second to Caitlin Clark at Iowa.
Pretty good person to be second to. KAYLYNNE, pull up 3, buries it. And the kennel comes to its feet on that one. St. Mary's trying to answer, and a 3 goes down from Maya Jones. Lead still 17 for Gonzaga here with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And if you really kind of look at it, so far it's been that first quarter that really got St. Mary's buried a little bit in a hole, and they just haven't been able to come out of that.
Yeah, it's so impressive to watch the Gonzaga team. I feel like you'll get the 3 that gave the folks tacos here at the kennel. It's so impressive to see, way more games than not, how fast these guys start. Gonzaga, I'm talking about. You know, and obviously, if you get out to a run in the first couple minutes of the game, you have a long ways to go, but it just helps so much when you get a team down early and you kind of control the flow of the game from then on out.
Well, yeah, and if you look on the season, in the first quarter, Gonzaga's outscoring their opponents 404 points to 266. I mean, you talk about that big jump right from the get-go. And then just those veteran teams keeping the gas pedal pushed down. You want to keep going, extending that lead. You don't want to get lulled or lackadaisical, right? You don't want teams to come back, and you want to finish strong. You don't want to pick up any bad habits, right? And so I think that's what Lisa is really in tune with, Coach Fortier, where she's keeping her team focused and saying, hey, we slipped a little bit here. We need to tighten that up.
Another turnover by St. Mary's. That makes it 17 in the game. Callie Stokes hangs in the air. This shot blocked. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Gonzaga basketball. Bamberger got her hand on it, knocked it away, and then it went out of bounds. Esther Little and Yvonne Ejim set to come back in the game. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Zags to work with here. Truong into Eliza Hollingsworth. Eliza drives, turns, kicks it out. KAYLYNNE. Now over to Bree Sallenbein, who's also back on the floor. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Little into Ejim, 5 seconds. Pass, extra pass. Sallenbein, corner three. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Alcuso. She's trying to come the other way with it quickly. Has to pick up her dribble, but finds Taylor Dalton open. Back to Alcuso here. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Three on the way from Jones. It's off the back iron, no good. Zags continuing to try and pull away here, up 19. Hollingsworth inside, Ejim sealed off her defender and lays it in.
And if you just watch these Gonzaga players, their composure on the floor, offensively, you don't see a lot of panic. And they know where each other's spots are, right? They're looking for each other. They're making their reads. They're looking through their runs. You know, first look, second look, third look. And that's just, again, your veteran team who all these players have played so many minutes with each other.
They'll get Bree Sallenbein for a travel there. That'll be a turnover.
You don't see players really emotional. You're not seeing the highs and lows of them emotionally. This is a very just calm and cool, collected team. On the outside, at least, from the exterior, you can see.
St. Mary's not quite desperation mode yet. Ooh, there's a nice little pass inside, and Ruby Vlahov lays it in. But you're getting to a point now as we're coming down to the last couple possessions in the third. St. Mary's is going to have to make a stand. They're coming along on offense. It's been a struggle. They're starting to find some more baskets, but they have to stop Gonzaga if they want a chance. Here's another foul. This is going to be Yvonne Ejim going back to the line.
But that's everybody's problem. How do you stop this team?
It's not a problem unique to them.
You know, they've got 5 players averaging double digits. And you've got very effective shooters. You've got a team that's sharing the ball, moving the ball, making defensive shift around. So, you know, where do you start? Where do you begin?
Ejim goes back to the line, knocks down the first one. St. Mary's, going back to them on offense, they've hit 7 of their last 8. But again, Gonzaga is just getting points essentially at will, as now we'll have a foul on the inbounds pass. So St. Mary's will line it back up. Alcuso bringing it up the floor. And just left alone back there is Dalton. So Gonzaga's got a little bit of an issue right now on defense, Steph. I mean, that's 8 of the last 9 makes from St. Mary's, and not many of them have been contested.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's going to be an adjustment there. Like you said, non-contested looks, easy looks.
St. Mary's was trying to hunt KAYLYNNE Truong there. 10 seconds left. Oh, what a pass inside. Ejim not quite able to line up a shot. Sallenbein picks up her dribble. Ooh, dumps it off. Ejim, it's kicked out. Truong to beat the buzzer. Banks it in! Oh my goodness! KAYLYNNE Truong. When you're hot, You're scorching. 20-point lead for the Zags. Off a ricochet, catch and fire, KAYLYNNE TRUONG having a day here at the Kennel.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
Sending it overtime for Eastern Washington. Buzzer. I've got her down as
Nothing you can do if you're St. Mary's there.
No.
She's going to hit that kind of shot.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about a clutch at the buzzer. I've got her down as hitting a buzzer beater in the Washington State game to send it into overtime. I've got her hitting a buzzer beater to send it into overtime for the Eastern Washington game.
Yeah.
I mean, if the clock's winding down, get the ball in her hands.
Absolutely.
Got her hitting a buzzer. I mean, we'll talk about a clutch at the buzzer. I've got her down as hitting a buzzer beater in the Washington State game to send it into overtime. I've got her hitting a buzzer beater to send it into overtime for the Eastern Washington game.
Yeah.
I mean, if the clock's winding down, get the ball in her hands.
Absolutely. Got a foul exchange here. A foul that was charged to Callie Stokes has now been charged to Brenna Maxwell. No one in foul trouble for the Zags. Nobody with more than 2. So good to know, but no reason to worry if you're Lisa Fortier. So down 20, St. Mary's, who finally had some offensive success in that quarter, has to just feel dejected, especially Zags with 6 of 9 from 3 in the third quarter. So for the game, they're now 11 of 23, a much nicer 48% after really not having a good mark at the end of the first half.
Well, yeah, and you look at the Gales' third quarter, they shot 69%. They really closed the gap with points in the paint, but yet Gonzaga still extended their lead by 6.
Destiny Burton on the floor to start this fourth quarter. Another player who battled her way back from injury. Bree Salenbine drives baseline and will be fouled on the way.
And Burton, while she doesn't come in, she's just listed at 6 foot, so a little bit undersized for a center forward, but she comes in with a lot of strength. She's able to move bodies out of the way. She's another key piece to Gonzaga going really deep in March.
The foul a moment ago as Salenbine lines up a 3. Can't get it. Ejim tips it up to herself, and there another foul. Yvonne Ejim just drawing fouls left and right. The previous foul before this one went against Bamberger. That is her third. The foul just now was against Hannah Rapp, or excuse me, Ruby Vlahov. So Zags just controlling possession here. KAYLYNNE TRUONG. Salenbine over to Esther Little. Inside, Ejim battling Alcuso for position. Can't get the shot to go. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Gonzaga basketball. They still hold on to possession here. About a full minute into the fourth quarter. We'll keep our eye on KAYLYNNE TRUONG, see if she returns in this fourth quarter. She's got 22 points as there's Ejim just beating her defender on the inbounds pass, laying it up and in.
But let's talk about that pass by Lee there. She throws it in a space where only her teammate Ejim can grab the ball. She leads her teammate to the open spot.
Ejim now with 20, so KAYLYNNE TRUONG and Yvonne Ejim both with 20 points. KAYLYNNE actually with 22. Her season high is 23, so a chance to set a new personal best this season as Yvonne Ejim gets a steal. Zags really just pouring it on here. KAYLYNNE. Oh, a Euro step move and laid it in. KAYLYNNE showing off the moves as well. Zags well in control of extending not only this win streak, but this home win streak dating back to last season if they are able to hold on, and it's looking all but likely as Alcuso knocks down a three. That would be 29 in a row here inside the McCarthy Athletic Center.
Okuso, she has been tough. For a freshman, she's had to step up big. The ball's in her hands a lot, but she's knocking down some shots. She's getting herself up there in the score column. She's going to be tough, especially, like I said, a freshman, so several more years with her.
Salamine over to Destiny Burton. Burton pulls up, kind of lofts that one over the top. Ejim's got it, and reverse layup. And Ejim's with 22 now. I truly think that was a pass by DB.
I think it was too, but it looked like a shot.
It did, but it was so short.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes you see an air ball that's barely short. That was so short. I'm going to give DB the assist on that one.
I am too.
Salenbine. Oh, Zags pouring it on now, extending the lead out to 26. And they're about to empty the bench. Timeout taken by St. Mary's. Zags in control here. The 17th team in the country as we see KAYLYNNE TRUONG dance her way to the basket.
I bought 3 of the same.
It is the Gonzaga women looking. Pribble taken over there. Off to a good start. They only on SWX, your home for local sports. Vandals looking to build up their program. Alex Pribble taken over there. Off to a good start in what's been a really fun Big Sky Conference season so far. Here in the West, Vandals looking to build up their program. Alex Pribble taken over there. Off to a good start in what's been a really fun Big Sky Conference season so far. Here in the West Coast Conference, it is the Gonzaga women looking like the top dog once again with no competition in terms of where they are playing at right now. They are just a force to be reckoned with, Steph.
It's just too many weapons, too deep. Teams just cannot stick with them for the full 40 minutes, and it's hard to take away one thing when you've got 4 other weapons on the floor.
Mount Hybens picks up the foul. KAYLYNNE TRUONG, who had sat for the first portion of the fourth quarter, is back on the floor again. Another bucket from her would set a new season high. She's got 22. Her season best is 23. Taylor Dalton blocked by Brenna Maxwell. TRUONG's career high is 27. That came last season. Hollingsworth kicks it out. KAYLYNNE TRUONG calls for a ball screen. Maxwell back to TRUONG. 15 on the shot clock. Hollingsworth left all alone at the elbow. Takes kind of a set shot, not able to get it. Chases down her own rebound and then gets fouled. And it'll stay with the Zags. Well, actually, I believe. Oh no, it will. Jump ball. Not sure exactly what happened. What I do know is that it's the Gonzaga basketball here.
We've got that much.
Hollingsworth steps into a 3. Can't get that one to go. Maxwell tips it straight up, but St. Mary's able to come down with it. Gale's trying to get out and run. Here's Whedon, who's had a great game. Addison Whedon, top performer by far from St. Mary's in this game. Hannafin, Taylor Dalton with it now. Whedon inside, ball poked away, goes back to Whedon, 7 on the shot clock. Dalton tries to drive, Taylor Dalton, and will pick up a foul here as Mount Hybens gets her on the arm. That is the 4th on Mount, and it'll put Taylor Dalton on the line. First free throw no good. Zags crowd, who has had a lot to cheer for and has packed the kennel once again, still very much into this game.
Yeah, and I was kind of curious to see what kind of turnout there would be today, especially with the roads and the kind of the freezing rain this morning, but the faithful they show up, and that's what makes this program so special.
Hey, man, if you got to take a dog sled to get into the kennel to watch this team, you got to do it. This is...
They find a way.
These guys are up to something special. Truong. Got it! 26 points. KAYLYNNE Truong, her best game so far of the season. 26, and don't forget the 6 assists she's got as well. Zags shooting from 3 in this second half is impressive. 8 makes from behind the arc.
So Austin, you were asking me in that first half, right? The threes struggling a little bit, huh? Is your question
I think it answered.
Now?
You got to keep shooting. Shoot or shoot. Truong. Pump
Thought
fake.
about it.
Yeah, she did. Skip pass. Maxwell will try from 3. Of course. Of course. Making 9 made from behind the arc in the half. These guys can shoot the lights out.
They really can, and I mean, it's not just 1 or 2 players. I mean, you're looking at 4 or 5 players that can hit the 3 at a very high clip.
Nice play there by Taylor Dalton, gets the bucket and the foul. So she'll go to the line for the bonus. Here you get a look at Brenna Maxwell's 3. That literally looks like, have you ever seen those robots that like have the perfect shooting form so they make it every time? Brenna Maxwell, I think would outshoot those robots.
Yeah, if you want to look at a fine 3-point shooting form, that is Brenna Maxwell. And at the speed and rate that she gets it off at.
Mount Hyman's picked up the foul, so her night is done with that being 5. Claire O'Connor, the freshman in the game, had the ball there for a minute. Truong lines it up. Ooh, can't get that one to go. Destiny Burton fights for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Zags. So KAYLYNNE Truong with 25 points now. If she hits another 3, that would set a new career high. Her previous career high came last season. Eliza Hollingsworth for 3. Back of the iron, no good. Taylor Dalton chases down the board. Emily Foy in the game. She lines up a 3 for St. Mary's. Can't get it to go. KAYLYNNE comes away with the rebound. 4 minutes still to play here. Hollingsworth, another 3-pointer. Can't get it to go. Tough night shooting from 3 for Hollingsworth. That makes it just 1 for 5 behind the arc for Eliza in this game. Playing defense here on Hannafin. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. But it's not like she's missing them, way far off. They're just barely bouncing off. They're really soft.
Taylor Dalton has quietly matched Addison Wheaton with both of those players having 16 each. Destiny Burton, mid-range jumper, good. DB checking in with the make.
And if you look at the Gales team, they're a young team too, and you've got to remember that this is Jeff Kammen's first year, right? So a whole new system for these veteran players that have been here, but he's trying to work in his sets and his look, his defensive strategies. And this could be, we're seeing some players step up. We've seen Whedon make some, Dalton can put up points, Okuso, and then you got Bamberger inside. This is a team that could, by the end of the year, really have, a pretty strong team.
Yeah, it's about laying the foundation. Jeff Kammen had a lot of success 6 years at Long Beach State before he came here. He actually played in this gym last year with the Beach when they came to face Gonzaga. So it takes time. I mean, Gonzaga didn't have immediate success when they started. It takes time to build a program. Claire O'Connor drives, not able to hit. Destiny Burton just fighting for these rebounds. Fall-away shot, DB hits it. And we got a timeout for Lisa Fortier just to get some subs in the game. We'll stay here. Mount Hyman's actually is back on the floor, so must not have fouled out. That's my apologies. Bree Salenbein also back on the court. We get a look at Destiny Burton's bucket here.
So just sticking with it, not getting the first one, but not keeping herself within the mix, right? Battling in there. And that's the second little baseline jumper that she's hit, and those are tough to hit. That's a tough angle.
So out on the floor right now, you might get a look at some of the future for Gonzaga. Outside of Destiny Burton, who's a senior, you've got Mount Hyman's, Bree Salenbein, Claire O'Connor and Callie Stokes, all players you would imagine would be back next year. You add in players like Ella Hopkins, who's redshirting, Lauren Whitaker as well, because you're the passive side, Peyton Muma, Esther Little, and some others. You know, you talk about this outstanding Gonzaga senior class, or mix between seniors, 6 years, graduate students, however you want to phrase it, players that will be done after this year. But you look, and the cabinet's going to be far from bare. Plus, Lisa Fortier has proven recruiting not an issue for her. Brees Allenbein drives coast to coast and lays it in.
And that's the aggressiveness that you want to see from Bree. We talked about she can put up numbers, getting more confidence every game after coming off that injury.
I mean, if that's just something, if you can't cheer for that, there's a nice play by Claire O'Connor for the block. Then she gets on the floor, and Destiny Burton pulls it away. Nice effort play by the freshman from Bellevue. But you talk about Salmine, if you can't cheer for somebody missing, you know, shy of 2 years, rehabbing, all the work that you have to go through, coming back from an injury like that, learning to trust your knee again, getting out there and playing full speed without thinking about it. Mount Hybens wins a battle for position, can't get the shot to go. I mean, just something really cool to cheer for. There's a lob inside. Destiny Burton showing some great hustle, getting back and tipping that one away. I think the coaching staff of Gonzaga is really going to like what they see out of number one when they watch this film back.
Yeah, she is. All that extra effort. And then also O'Connor getting on the floor. There was one possession where both her and Burton were on the floor, you know, wrestling for that ball to give them an extra possession. Those are the things that you appreciate.
So Gonzaga is going to improve to, Salmine with a tip on the shot. Gonzaga is going to improve to 18-2 on the year, as here we got a foul. They'll be 5-0 to start conference play. Reminder, their next conference date, they'll go on the road next week. They'll be at Santa Clara, a team they just beat 87-49. That'll be next Thursday. And then San Francisco, a team they have not played that has looked pretty good so far this year. That'll be next Saturday. Taylor Dalton at the free throw line. Can't get that one to go. She's just shy of a season high as well. She had 19 points in their game against Cal. If she hits this, it's at 17. She's able to. Couple of possessions left in this one, as it has been a great performance from the Zags. They never trailed in this game. They got out to an early lead. They were up 14 at halftime, even though head coach Lisa Fortier wished it were more. I've got to think she's going to be happy here, as it's going to be close to a 30-point margin of victory. Here's Esther Little, and Zariah Alcuso picks up the foul as she swipes at Esther's hand there. Shot clock will still be on, so the Zags will have to either take one more shot or take the violation. 29 seconds, or 30 seconds remaining in the game, 20 on the shot clock. Here's Bree, and they'll get Destiny Burton for a moving screen here. That'll be a turnover. Doesn't like the call, but maybe up 29. Don't argue about it too much.
Yep.
Again, something special this season for the Zags and head coach Lisa Fortier. There's a lot of season left to go, and you don't want to start talking about March while it's still January, but it's going to be interesting to see what this team can do down the stretch. But like we said, a lot of regular season left to go.
Yeah, but you got to talk about March a little bit, because that's what you're working for, right? Absolutely. So you got to keep that as your goal. And this is a team that knows that it's got something special. That's why all these returners came back, right? And they're enjoying it. They're having a blast out there with each other.
89-60, the final score. Gonzaga extends their win streak to 12. Just looking at some of the performers, I mean, obviously, KAYLYNNE, TRUONG, 25 points. Amon Ejim with 22. Brenna Maxwell with a quiet 14, if you can phrase it that way. We'll hear from one of the players here coming up as the Zags go through the happy handshake line. And again, just thinking back to last year, I believe we were doing the game together when the senior class, the Trongs, Eliza Hollingsworth, Brenna Maxwell, announced that they'd be coming back. This is what you envision when you make that decision. A team like this with this level of talent, with this so much ahead of them, so much to still lie in, so much for them left to accomplish.
Yeah, and the chemistry with each other. They are enjoying each other. They're having fun, and they're working. They are continuing. They've got that desire to continue to get better.
Absolutely. Waiting here for our player of the game, which will be KAYLYNNE TRUONG, I believe. So we'll hear from AJ Howell here in a minute. But just what a performance by her in this game. Coming off your first career double-double with 10 assists. You come out, you have another great game sharing the ball, but you also knock down a few threes. All right, time to announce tonight's player of the game, presented by A to Z Rental. No job too big or too small. With 8 convenient locations, we rent everything. Let A to Z Rental be your most valuable player. AJ, ours is KAYLYNNE TRUONG.
All right, KAYLYNNE, last game it was a double-double. Today, 25 points, 7 three-pointers. Has something changed recently? What's been clicking?
Honestly, not much. I just trying to find my teammates and do score whenever my team needs it. So that's honestly always been a part of the plan, and I guess it's just shining through a little bit today.
So I believe this was your 145th game with the Zags. You are at the top of the list for players that have played the most games here. What does it mean to you to put that jersey on?
It means a lot. It just means family. Being a Zag is just, I can't even describe. There's not enough words to describe how much it means being a Zag, and just being able to play in front of people, in front of this stadium. 145 games is a lot. I feel a little old, but honestly, I'm just grateful, forever grateful for this. The fans. I'm forever grateful for the coaches, my teammates. I just love getting on this court and playing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
AJ, thank you very much. Steph, just one quick thought before we get out of here on this game.
They're a load. This team is a load, and they are just outshining pretty much everybody right now in the WCC. They are looking good. This is an exciting team to watch.
Hear, hear, partner. Well, that'll do it for us. For my broadcast partner, Stephanie Hawk-Freeman, and AJ Howell, and our entire SWX crew, thanks for tuning in. Once again, an 89-60 win for the Gonzaga women. They stretched their streak to 12 in a row. I'm Austin Getz saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time here at the Kennel.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory supplements, then forgot to cancel.